rise and fall of Donny Van de Beek. Born in the small Dutch village of Nijmegen, Donny Van de Beek was born and raised as an Ajax fan, going to his first game at the age of 4. He began his footballing career when he joined local team Vinnich Boys Academy alongside his brother Rodi. It was here a young Donny Van de Beek was spotted by an Ajax coach named Harm Grevenick. Harm was instrumental in Donny's career, and it was him that pushed Ajax to sign the young midfielder when he was just 11 years old. Donny excelled at youth level, where he progressed through the ranks and made his debut for the reserve team against Sparta Rotterdam in 2015. A few months later, Frank de Boer called him up to the first team as an unfeatured substitute in the game against ADO Den Haag, but finished that season winning the AFC Ajax Talent of the Future award. The following season saw Donny make his first appearance in a 2-1 win in the Europa League tie against Scottish club Celtic, which was followed by matchday inclusions against both PEC Zwolle and FC Molde respectively, the latter of which he scored his first goal for the club. He was linked with Bayern Munich and FC Barcelona in the January window of 2016, but by this point he had cemented himself into the first team setup at Ajax. The following season saw him make his Champions League debut, but sadly for Ajax they would drop into that season's Europa League. This, however, was followed with a run of victories that would see them making it all the way to the final. The final that year was against none other than Jose Mourinho's Manchester United, who came away as 2-0 winners. Donny's longtime friend and mentor, Harm Grevenick, was sadly diagnosed with cancer shortly after this, with the coach telling Donny he wanted to see him play at one of Europe's elite clubs before he passed. Donny looked to be ready to sign for Spanish giants Real Madrid, but due to the global pandemic, he saw that move dissipate. Donny would later say when asked about Harm, "Whenever I was away from the club, we were training skills and all sorts. He was like a private coach. Sadly, now he is dying, but he had only one dream. He wanted to live to see my transfer to a big club, the next big stage in my career. We thought it was going to be Real Madrid. That did not work out." After fighting off competition from both FC Barcelona and Real Madrid, United sealed his signature in the season of 2020 for a fee of around £35 million. It was a deal that got many Manchester United fans excited, with many hailing him as an extra creative outlet should Pogba or Bruno get injured. He got off to a great start with a consolation goal on his Premier League debut against Crystal Palace. But that season, he went on to feature only 19 Premier League matches, 15 of which came from the bench. So, what went wrong? Well, many people at the time blamed then-manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer for showing disrespect to Donny for his lack of game time, with some reports claiming that Ole's staff didn't think he had the right mentality to succeed at United. It was also widely reported Donny was not the manager's choice at all, as Ole wanted the Aston Villa midfielder Jack Grealish, who coincidentally did get a move to Manchester, just not the red side the following year. The following season saw Donny make a mere 8 appearances for the Red Devils, and following Ole's sacking, the new interim boss Ralf Rangnick seemingly didn't have a place for him, and he was shipped off in January to Frank Lampard's Everton on a loan deal that was supposed to kickstart his Premier League career. Things went from bad to worse for Donny as he struggled to become a regular in a relegation-threatened team, featuring just 7 more times. Upon Donny's return to Manchester United for the start of the 2022-23 season, He, amongst many United fans, thought they would finally get to see a consistent run of games for Donny as his former Ajax manager, Erik ten Hag, took over as manager of Manchester United. A few seasons before, Erik and Donny thrived in an Ajax side that went all the way to the Champions League semi-finals. So, how have things gone for Donny this season? Well, at the time of recording, Donny has played under 20 minutes of first-team football for Manchester United under Erik ten Hag, and has not even made it to the bench in the last 4 games, and is not included in the squad for the upcoming fixtures, with the manager claiming in his most recent presser that he is carrying an injury, and no return date has been given. Have Manchester United failed Donny? It has to be said that Donny has not seemingly had a fair crack at the whip, playing just 600 minutes of football for the Red Devils. But the blame can't be laid solely at the club's feet. In the time he has been in the Premier League, he has seemingly been rejected by 5 managers, one of which is his compatriot and former mentor. We ask, does Donny have a future at Old Trafford? He is still 25 years old, so in theory, he has time to turn things around. But with Inter Milan looking for his signature, and the World Cup taking up the winter fixture lists, things will need to change quickly if United are to see the best of the Dutchman.